Hey model kit builders, so we got another one of these Choipla model kits, these tiny little guys. I like them because they're relatively quick builds, although if you paint them, they're still going to take 10 hours. I don't think I'm going to paint this one. This one's called Railgun, and I've never seen this before. It says Marut Toys. That wasn't on the other one I built. This is number 8 in the Choipla series, and I believe Cavico is the company that made this. So those are the runners inside of this thing. And there's some nice little promo images. And I can't read that. Alright. So we got these two guys. Let's see if there's anything up yet. Instructions in here. Luckily, these are not really complex to make. And so pretty easy to follow. Let's see about these. Yeah, these are some other ideas, but I don't think all these are model kits yet. Like, that thing's got a Gatling gun. I would definitely get probably one of each of these things. That one's quite round. But this one has a shovel on the front end. That looks like a police. So hopefully they will eventually come out with these, because I like these things. They're small enough that I can collect them, you know. It's got these cardboard eyes or screens you can put into the eye section, but I'm not sure if I'm going to use those. Alright, what's my trusty tools? Something this simple. I just use a coarse cutter, a fine cutter, and then the good old cheap nanoglass file. Alright, so I don't know, maybe I should save these little clamps. Maybe I could use them for like a kit bash or something, or like added details in the background of a diorama or something like that, right? Because they do fit runners. This is interesting. There's actually 2 wires here, 2 white wires, and apparently they're actually sealed in a sticker bag. Okay. Alright, I'm done. Thought I'd show you me putting this together because there are some options, and also just want to show you some fluorescent paint here. If you have a UV light, you know, this fluorescent paint by Vallejo and many other brands make fluorescent paint. So, so it's pretty cool. You know, to the naked eye, it just looks like orange and like a dark green, but it's pretty bright. You know, this photo booth is bright, so it's kind of dulling it. I did give the whole model a dull clear coat, but I masked off the eyes because I want those to remain glossy. So this is just some poster board putty here. It works really good for masking things off. Just trying to get that last bit. Huh. All right. I made the eyes offset there. Still a little in there. Oh well, I'll get it out later. So just looking over that direction. I tried the cardboard that were on the instructions, but they're so small and they're poorly designed because there's a little plastic bump inside of here, and you have to trim that out of the cardboard. And it's so small that it's not even, I think it'd be impossible to trim. I don't know why they didn't just make this a straight rectangle, but this bump in here, you gotta cut out the bump in there. It's just really strange. Anyways, so that's why I went with the jewel beads here. That little putty's annoying me right now. Alright, moving on. So yeah, the arms can swing all the way around. The legs can move a little bit forward, but they can't bow in and out. And so you can put on this back thing here, or you can put on the tail, but then it just looks just like the other one I have, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put this on, but it does make all these nice things go away because it's covered up now, right? This little kickstand thing does articulate as well, so between that and the feet, I guess you can figure out some interesting positions maybe. And then I painted these just because I want them to match this, but then if I put this on here, it's going to look just like the other one I have. So that's why the rail guns come into effect. We'll just pop this into this ball socket thing here, and then this cable pops in there. I crazy glued this side in, the cable that is. Ooh, that's a tight fit right there. I guess that's probably in. And you just curve that into that hole there. You might want to glue that stuff if it gets to you. You could also maybe trim it down. It might be a little bit long. Yeah, I feel like... well, let's see. The worst case scenario would be looping this all the way up like that, but I feel like the cable might be a little bit too long still, right? I mean, in normal posing, I'm going to do it like that. So, you know what? I'm going to trim off a little bit of cable here. Let's just start with around that much. Still, I think, well, I guess that's okay. We can bend down a little bit. Alright, yeah, you can obviously, you know, cut the cable to however you want. So there it is. I kind of wish I could still use these. I almost wish these rail guns were like part of this. And so you could still keep the shielded front half, and then this is just, you know, but I guess it does make it look quite different. So let's look at that other one that I do have. Let's see. And also, here's an image of a railgun if you don't know what a railgun is. So there's two rails, and they run electricity through the rails, and then the armature bridges that gap, and that has a projectile in it. So you see the positive current going in, going through the armature, and heading out the other side. And now that magnetic field is what pushes this thing out. So it's basically a magnetically powered gun. There's no gunpowder or any explosions or anything like that. So That's why it would work really well, you know, in space where there's no oxygen. You know, gunpowder needs oxygen to burn, kind of. Well, it's actually built into gunpowder. But something like this could work underwater, although it would create some electrocution effects in the chamber. Anyways, let's close that out. It's distracting. It's distracting. Let's get a lower angle here. So the other one I did a video on is just the standard one, right? It's basically the same thing. It's just missing the back half and those rail guns. So it's got the tail as a prop, and then this one I weathered quite a bit. It actually has real rust. This is iron oxide paint that's rusted. And I added some yellow jewel beads into the eyes of that. Here is a Gundam artifact of a Rick Dias. So, just to give a sense of scaling. Here's a Gundam Converge, number 237 of Dual Gundam. And the last one is another Cavico model, but this is a Votoms, Red Shoulder Custom Votoms. And I repainted that one as well. Put in some jewel beads as well. Just trying to get a low angle here. So now you can see the height differences. All the Choiplas are generally obviously close to each other. Even the Scope Dog looks like could be in the same universe, even though the Scope Dog is actually meant to hold a human being. Whereas I think this is meant to be a bigger kind of sci-fi vehicle. Gundams are absolutely huge. They're supposed to be like 20 meters tall or something, so. Alright, let's get those out and just stick to these Cavicos, or even just these two Cavicos. Alright, let's try top view. May weather this one still a little further. I don't know. I gave it a matte coat, so if I got some dirty hands, I could actually weather it. I feel like the decals are so new and crisp. But partially, I kind of want to leave it clean as well because it's sky blue and pink. I don't know. We'll see what happens in the future. I have many other toys and models to make, so. Okay, well, this is another fine model kit. I'm trying to guess how long it took for me to make this, though. It took quite a while. It may have taken 10 hours, but that's because I'm like detailing stuff. You may have noticed these little circular things. Those are actually photo etch pieces that I added. I have a different review on the tool needed to drill that hole. I also put one on the bottom. It's a little bit offset. That was my experiment right there. And then the actual photo etch pieces are by a company called U-Star. So you might want to look up U-Star or something like that in my channel if you want to see that review. I do feel like it's kind of weird to have those open, that frame. Alright, well, another thing is, can we see those eyes with the UV? These are just like glass beads, like arts and crafts beads. And I went with the pink ones because of the rails are being pink. I guess you can kind of see that, right? The UV. Yeah, alright. Well, one last update. I decided to just take a piece of molding sprue and those two of those little things that hold the sprues together, drilled a hole, and I made a basic mount for these things. The diameter of this sprue happened to be the same diameter as the hole of these guys. So now I can use the armor plates that I wanted before, and I still have some rail guns, so not too bad. This isn't actually glued in place. The only thing keeping this in is that one hole. It's a friction fit there. I also cut down the wires a little bit. Alright, so pretty easy mod if you guys want to get this kit and do it yourself. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.